Terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Terrific Terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Brought to you by Red Nose Wellness. Brought to you by Red Nose Wellness. If you would you give us a call at 918-933-0905 if you have anger management needs? Well, hello. My goodness, how are you? Are you having a superly, duperly, awesome, amazing, fabulously, superly great, phenomenally spectacular day? My goodness, look at that chat. My good. Okay, so Jackson says, hey, I'm first. Malabust is high. Hello, my goodness. Red Nose Wellness Awareness. Woo! Hi, Pie Man. Good to see you. Break dance. How are you? How was your wonderful week? Let me put my glasses up real quick. Say the number. Say the number again. Say the number. Say it. Say the number. The number that you're asking for right now is 918-933-0905. That will actually call the Red Nose Wellness number. No, it won't. Yes, it will. No, it won't. Yes, it will. My goodness. Hold on. Hello. My goodness. All right. Now let's get down. Go slow. Oh, okay. 918-933-0905. Now, I got my haircut today. I feel pretty good. It's Terrific Tuesday. Yeah! And I could not, would not, and will not come. What you did there. My goodness. Hold on. That's funny. That is actually really funny. Hold on. I don't know. Can you hear me now? Can anyone hear me now? Because that'd be absolutely crazy, wouldn't it? If somehow that I switched to being able for you to hear me on the phone. Wow. Like, who does that? Who could do that? Like, that's really wild. That's really wild there. You can hear me now. That's crazy. Good. But I'm not going to do the whole show doing this because that would be wild. Watch this, though. Are you guys ready to watch a cool chart? I know you called. Wait, one moment. Boom. Can you hear me better now? Alright, so right now, I'm actually talking to you. Hello, hi, Naderot. Nadertot. Naderot. Nadertot. Ha ha. I can't answer right now. I will, though.
next week, because right now I'm actually using the phone to which you are calling. So if I answer, then it'll ultimately end my live stream, which I need to set it up better. Next week. Next week, for sure. I'll set it up better next week. It's just how I have things set up. So the way that YouTube works is the algorithm works is that if you are on a vertical stream like this from a phone, then they will actually push your views more. They're more apt to send more views to different people that are on their phones watching live streams. If you're on your computer, you don't have such a great chance. I did look into it. Wait, can I be a mod? Oh, did I look into if you could be a mod? Yes, you were here last Tuesday. My goodness. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny. It's already been a week. What? Wild. Like, I think it's crazy. All right, so, I was going to get into something that I actually know a little something about, and that is business. You're like, what do you mean business? Like, why are you gonna talk? Hello, hello, Bonus Mom B. Bonus Mom B has entered the chat. Why am I going to talk about business? Because there are a few fundamental truths when it comes to business and your everyday life that you might not realize correlate with each other. And it happens to everyone. There are certain non-spoken, non-verbal actions and ways, behaviors that we actually handle ourselves, just our day-to-day every life. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you have a job or if you don't have a job. This applies to abso-freaking-lutely everyone ever. And it's one of those business secrets that nobody ever tells you. Are you ready to hear what I'm going on about? Of course you are. So let's get into it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Nobody 100% knows what they're doing. When you're in school and you have that imposter syndrome within yourself that you don't 100% know what you're doing, neither does the next person. Jackson Clubs, no, you don't. Not always, not 100%. It's one of those, we fake it till we make it. And whenever something doesn't go according to one of our ideals or how things should go, ideally in our mind, and we feel a little off-put, then it throws like that proverbial wrench into our machine, right? And there's a lot of insecurities. And it's funny because nobody ever talks about it. Hey, well, I like that. Well, Jackson, you're also one of my homie chromies. I hope that's not like gangster slang. That'd be the worst. No, when you do anything in life, when you go to the store, right? You know how to pump gas, you know how to go get your snacks and do your business. But let's say you go in there and there is an individual that is just screaming their head off. Are you going to be cool, calm, collective and respond in the most calmest manner? Or are you going to be probably make it back to your car and just, nope, no, I'm not doing that? Or are you going to go to the individual and be like, yes, something appears to be the matter. How may I assist you? Or are you going to just freeze for a moment and be like, how we respond, we don't ever talk about. We don't ever talk about how we actually respond with each other, and we don't talk about how our response is really tethered into the whole fight, flight, freeze, fawn state. And if you didn't know, there is like 4 Fs. There's the fight, the flight, the freeze, and the fawn. And the fawning is where someone's like, "Oh, I'll do whatever you want. Just don't hurt me." A lot of the times, it's where Jeremiah is a little spasm. I don't know what spasm is, so that's a no. What's a no? No. No. Interesting. Anyways. Oh, Mod. Not right now. My goodness, Jackson. You actually do. It does make me smile. Not right now. Maybe. But going back to it. The reason I'm telling you this is because your imposter syndrome is natural. And nobody ever tells you that it's natural. And nobody ever gives you that okay to realize that you're not perfect. And that you're not going to be 100% all of the time. You might be 100% some of the times, but you'll never be 100% all of the time. And you're never going to have all of the answers. And the more that you try to find all of the answers, and the more that you strive all of the answers, then the more you're apt to have failure introduced into your life. That is one of the biggest business secrets, because when you realize this, you realize that other people are going through the same insecurities that you are going through. And it brings you to a very humanistic level of being able to communicate with other people and not feeling like someone has a superior complex, if this makes any sense. What syndrome do you have, Jackson? I have the syndrome. Syndrome? Syndrome. I have the syndrome. Syndrome. Like, Syndrome from The Incredibles? Syndrome, your ultimate gnosis. I haven't seen The Incredibles for a while. I read this little special a little bit. Oh my goodness. You're going to have to speak English because of course you're special. Jackson, my goodness. I read this and I'm going to share it with you. And it's literally summarizing a big majority of therapy in a very, very small amount of words. Understanding your cycle. Your sadness stems from the lack of passion, but the absence of passion is not random. It's rooted in a deeper struggle with self-trust. When you doubt your capabilities, you retreat into rigid all-or-nothing thinking. This perfectionistic mindset convinces you that anything short of flawless is failure, leaving you paralyzed. Why all-or-nothing thinking persists? Well, the black and white perspective isn't accidental. It's a coping mechanism. Your brain clings to it because at some point it believed perfectionism would shield you from harm. Perhaps in the past you faced criticism, rejection, or punishment for expressing your true self. To survive, you learn to hide behind masks, dimming behind your authenticity to avoid judgment. So the cost of the outdated protection is over time that these defenses became ingrained. What once safeguarded you now traps you. The same mechanisms that muffled pain now stifle growth, leaving you stuck, disconnected, and drained. Perfectionism breeds hopelessness. Self-doubt erodes motivation. You're left caught between safety and self-expression, unable to thrive. So how do you break free? The path forward is that there is good news and that the cycle that I'm talking about can be undone, but you have to start with self-compassion, which would start with these steps. 1, challenge perfectionism. Replace all or nothing thoughts and nuance. Did a mistake negate your progress? Or is growth inherently imperfect? I think growth is definitely inherently imperfect, but that's just me. Rebuild self-trust. Celebrate small wins. Each effort, however minor, proves your capability. Embrace balance. Acknowledge setbacks without shame. Treat missteps as data, not condemnation. They're part of learning. Put my glasses on. Why do you want me to put my glasses on? Reconnect with authenticity. Slowly let go of old defenses. Ask, does this habit protect me now or hold me back? And then healing isn't linear. Progress lies in honoring both triumphs and struggles with equal kindness. With self-criticism arises pause and replaces punishment with curiosity. So, what would I say to a friend in this moment? Over time, the safety needed to rediscover and reclaim your authentic self. Actually, another part of growth is what makes us human. It separates us from other life forms, which is absolutely true. It's looking at me. My eyes are huge. My eyes are huge. Those are just my eyes, though. My goodness, I can't change my eyes. Hello, William! Anyways, getting back to why I'm telling you any of this is because anything that you think that has gone wrong or is wrong with you is not currently wrong with you, and it's just the way that you are. Which is funny because, Jackson, you say you're a little special, but you're not special, but you're special in another way. You're special because you're you. You're not special because of some brain impairment or learning disability. A lot of that terminology is just a misunderstanding that we don't want to deal with individuals in our lives, and so we categorize them to fit a certain box to which we can allocate certain feelings for other people, and we can justify their behavior. Some behavior is not good and some behavior is acceptable. But overall, nobody is the worst wordings that people put it is retarded. Special. Nobody's retarded. No one's special. When it comes to brain in developments, the neurological factor of our brains is absolutely something. One of my favorite things to talk about is the Abdullah Oblongata. The Amdula Oblongata. I can't ever pronounce it, but I'm mentally abled. Kind of. Nope. See, hear what I'm saying. Because, yeah, you're not. It's like when someone says, I'm ADHD or I have Asperger's, and then they say, don't say Asperger's. And it's like, you're getting into the mix of general semantics, which, if I'm needs, I don't know if I'm needs. No, I don't. But I would actually 100% challenge anybody that if you can self-recognize one's shortcomings, can you, Jackson, also identify your greatest features? Mama says at the place where alligators are always online. Of the Amdula Oblongata. What did I just say? Okay, if you can be quick to talk about your shortcomings, can you also identify the what are you good at, Jackson? What let me put it this way. What are some of the benefits of being Jackson? Drawing. You're a really good drawer. Baseball. Football. Okay. This is perfect. Perfect. In our society, we use big muscles. In our society, we use terminologies of making people feel excluded or included by talking about their mental state of being by saying special, not special, when it comes to like brain impairments. Okay? I challenge anybody that anyone can't really be put into a category of such magnitude because everyone has things they're really great at. And there's some people that there's things that they're not really good at. When when there's conversations of talking about one's well-being, it's like we have to be very clear and concise. Yeah, exactly, William. One person's disability is another person's ability. So that doesn't make anyone special. That cancels itself out. It just means that some people can do some things and some people can't do other things. Oh, okay, well, they sound weird. That, again, is you putting them into another box. Like, we are obsessed with putting people and things. I'm on a live stream. No, we strive to put things and people in boxes. Hell, right now, if you're watching me on your TV, I'm on a box. Or if you're looking at me on your phone, I'm in a box. This room that I'm in, my office, is a box. Anything and everything that we do, we try to categorize it because that's what gives us normality. Okay, well, if you have a fetish for normality, doesn't that make you special? When we have when we have a moment to do nothing, I mean nothing, absolutely nothing. Why is it that we cannot do nothing? Why do we always have to be doing something? And why do we feel weird if we're not doing something? Of course, Tulsa, Oklahoma. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on anything that I've said so far? Okay, I'll continue. Boo! Jesus Christ! Oh, that's another one. Oh, I could go on a whole conversation. Wait, B, are you still there? B, if you're still there, can you just say here the reason? B's there. Okay, awesome, wonderful. B, you weren't here last week. Thankful, the grateful, thankful, happy wall. What are you Grateful, thankful, or happy for? I must write your answer. It's absolutely imperative. William says it's in our DNA to want to change the challenge ourselves, to try to push beyond our own limits. Abso-freaking-lutely. So B, what this is the grateful, thankful, happy wall. What I'm writing on here is something that makes you grateful or thankful or happy. And it's one of those little bouts of hopes for other people that whenever you ask them, hey, what are you thankful for? And they say, I don't know. They can look at the wall. And then I'm going to turn it into a book. As soon as you answer, I also have red, blue, and green. Tell me what color to write that you would like it wrote in, and I will write it down. Guys, I'm glad that I actually didn't forget that. I almost forgot, but I didn't forget. Like, I was super close to forgetting. But I didn't forget. All right. I'm not telling you the other people's phone numbers. Wild child. So, I'm going to read you another thing that I wrote down. Come on. Well, I'm glad that you like it, B. Now, what are you grateful, thankful, or happy for, and what color would you like me to write it in? So let's talk about manipulation and psychological operations that are going on right now. First one would be the fate model. Now, I'm going to go over B, yes. Mike's here too. Yes. Mike's here too. Mike's here too. Your babies. Wait, which color? I'm confused. I'm going to keep going. Wait, on the grateful, thankful, happy wall, are you saying your grandchildren? Is that what you're saying? And if so, what color? Manipulation and... Look, that's the best thing about Terrific Tuesday, is this doesn't inherently have to make sense 100% of the time. That's the best thing about Terrific Tuesday. Okay, my children, Jeremiah, thank you. I'm going to put my grandbabies. And what color? I'm going to say blue. I think you're going to say blue, but I'm not for sure. I'm going to wait. There's a delay on YouTube. Until I get your favorite color. I could see blue. Anyways, the fate model. So focus. Attention is hijacked through repetition and shocking visuals. For example, constant media coverage of crises can induce fear. Now, here lately on the news, there has been an uptick of fear-mongering. And we don't realize that it's fear-mongering because we feel that it is just the news. But when you watch the news and you start feeling anxiety, why are you feeling anxiety? And furthermore, when you start feeling anxiety by watching a news article, why were they trying to induce fear within you? Well, fear sells. Oh, Michaela. Well, hello, Michaela! Hello, Michaela. Hello, Michaela. Oh, Jeremiah. Oh, Jeremiah. Oh, boy. My goodness. Hey, okay, that goes for Michaela, too. Michaela, what are you grateful, thankful, or happy for? And Bernadette, what color? What color? That goes for you too, Michaela. You need me to talk about PTSD. I got you. Hold on. To explain to you PTSD, I got a whiteboard. Now, in life, we have a linear line. This is our day. This is our day-to-day actions, okay? So, we're going to put regular day. And it's great, right? So here you are. You're just walking around. You're walking, right? A regular day. What up? And I'm grateful for my inner awakenings. Pachamama, the ocean, the amount of love we can have within from the divine. My color, I'll say red for grounding. I like it. And that, my friends and viewers, was Michaela. Boom. All right. I'll go on about PTSD in just a second. Boom. Right there. Okay, so I'm gonna put that. My inner I'm gonna spell it wrong. Awakening. Pachamama. 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 P-A-C-A. Mama. 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 Pachamama. Pachamama. Brachamama. Patch. I'm gonna have to Google that. I'm gonna have to Google it. The ocean. The ocean. The amount of love we can have within. I'm gonna summarize it into love within. And for the divine. M-A-C-A-E-L-A. Oh. Oh! Mother Earth. Holy moly! It's Mother Earth. I probably knew that on a good day. I like your answers. I'm liking this board a lot. Actually, I really like this. So the whole purpose behind the board is because I actually have individuals that whenever I see them for anger management, I'm like, well, what are you grateful for? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, what are you thankful for? I don't know. What makes you happy? Don't forget the H. And Pachamama? My PTSD I just got. Well, I'm still about to go about the PTSD. Jack, man, I'll go. The H where? And what color does your mom want me to? right for grandbabies. Okay, anyways. PTSD is where you're having a regular day, and at some event, at some point, disrupt your day to which you were not expecting. And sometimes you can rebound. And then sometimes it happens again. You know damn well that the floor is a solid and it's not going to give out from with under you. And then one day it does. And you can't necessarily trust it like you did before. PTSD comes from what they used to call it was a shell shock syndrome, and before that it was soldier's fatigue, because they started actually identifying it from whenever people would come back from the military, because a lot of the times you'll see PTSD whenever it comes into individuals going overseas and fighting in a needless war to which they experience something to which they cannot comprehend and wrap their mind around. And so PTSD actually comes from, this is the most simplified version, okay? So if you're an expert in PTSD, it's like, get off on one, because this is the most simplest version. You're going on your way and that something disrupts, and you can't get over that area. It's like the body keeps score. The book Issues on the Tissues helps release PTSD or generational trauma passed down. I absolutely agree. But PTSD is actually going from normality to where it gets disrupted. That's crazy too, because it's like I can actually break down a lot of terminology that people don't ever, and you said blue, that people can't, for whatever reason, make more simpler than we already have. Another way to explain it is that your brain is like a computer and it's trying to do a daily update, updates a term event, disrupts and then encrypted the files. Yes, so can I speak? You can always speak. I don't care. Listen now. Blah, 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 blah. I want to talk about something. What do you want to talk about? And where do I put the H? Are you talking about Michaela? Michaela. And I'm going to put my grandbabies. Boom. My grandbabies. My kids. Second chances. Tapioca pudding. Just the small things. My family. For Jesus. And that he died on the cross. That's you, Jackson. Grateful for my friends at school. Nader time. My family and friends. It's you. See, if you want to get out of whatever turmoil, whatever chaos you have found yourself in, the answer is actually pretty freaking simple. But it's so simple that maybe you're not very apt to receive it. The answer to life is not 42. The answer to life, as though may sound very hippie saying, is love. Love and forgiveness. You have to love yourself. You have to love others. I don't have to do anything. You're correct. You don't. But without love in your life, you will only ever find misery. Jackson says, okay, so there's this MMA event I was at, and 10 feet behind me was this guy with a gun threatening people, and he pointed the gun at us and many others. He tried pulling the gun on the cops. I was crying. That right there is wild. Are you referring to that's why you have PTSD? Because at this point you seem like a badass. I don't know if it's the MMA or match that you were at. Or that old movie line, but did you die? Okay. Are you there now? Died inside, internally. You're gonna have to catch me whenever I'm doing my other live stream, and let me think about your scenario. No. All right. So the reason that I'm asking, I'm not a therapist. I'm not anything of the sort. Not yet. That is not a therapist, but I'm going to school get my doctorate in psychology. You're not there now, and there's a bunch of Crips and Bloods, which is just a very simplified way of saying that is grown men with insecurities that never received parental love growing up and now have to prove a point, which is unfortunate. Nothing is so serious to which you have to take someone else's life. Period. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be insulting. But whenever someone gets aggressive, especially if they start threatening with a gun, it's because they're feeling scared themselves and they are showing their insecurities. It is never okay to harm someone else. The only time that I would ever justify any type of physical violence is if you break into my house. You break into my house, you're going to wish that you never broke into my house. And I know it might be blowing my plausible deniability, but there's some psychological, very, very dark psychological experiments I'd really love to run on someone. And if someone broke into my house, you're free game because you came into my house and you came to me. But that's the only time I'm going to condone violence. Like, don't break into someone else's house and expect them not to punch you in the face and, Chinese water torture. But outside of that, it's never okay to hurt other people. And it's never okay to inflict your own insecurities towards other people. Like, what is actually going on in the world right now is that we are actually so insecure that we are taking it out like little children on other people. Karen at the fast food joint. I only say that because that's commonality language, okay? Someone's like, I'm offended. It's like, go fuck yourself. You can't say that. It's like, close your ears. Walk away. If someone says something that you don't like, you do not have to subject yourself to going around that person anymore. If someone says something that offends you, you don't have to be around that person. There's not one scenario in the world, unless like it's a parental person, that you are forced to just endure nonstop over and over and over. Well, it's at my job. Find a new job. But I'm making good money and I can't just leave my job. Well, that's insecurities. The reason you don't leave your job though you probably should, is insecurities that you might not have the comforts to which you have found at your current place of employment. The USA just got the Gulf of Mexico. Jackson, you're giving me a whole line of topic. Let's talk about that. So, the USA just got the Gulf of Mexico, which there's nothing to tangibly get because there's nothing that we went over and we picked up and we said, this is mine. If you're referring to the name change of the Gulf of America, well, Mexico is America. The United States is America, and Canada is America too, which is funny because we live in North America. Whenever you see those hats that say "Make America Great Again," it's like, what part of America? Can someone please answer me? Because Canada is America too. And Mexico is America too. And then you have South America. So what part of America? So whenever someone's like, oh, they're calling it the Gulf of the Gulf of America, it's like, oh, so they're just not they're being very inclusive. I never said anything about Trump. I just said that the general semantics of the Gulf of America is humorous to me because people that are bitching about it, it's like Mexico's like, no, that's ours. It's like, well, it's everybody's now because it is between the Americas. It is a body of water in between Mexico and the United States, which all, all belonged to the natives anyways. Which, okay. Actually, that's a really good topic. You said, hey, be quiet, Trump is GOAT. Are you used to people attacking Trump? Exclude the news? Or maybe someone is for Trump. Does it change your daily life? Whenever you get all caught up over what Trump has or has not done, does it change your daily life? Does it change how you treat other people? If I said I was a Satanist, would you hate me? If I said I was a Christian, would you love me? Is that what that dictates how you treat me? Because if so, then that's very conditional. That means you only conditionally loved me. And if you're my friend only under the agreed circumstances that I believe and agree into the same indoctrination to which you have accepted, that is also conditional. Talk about some very double standard stipulations to how we treat each other. I go back to exactly what I was saying. You have to find love. Love within yourself and love for others. Have to? No. Highly encouraged. Tolerance. You need to build back your tolerance and be patient. Find your patience with others. I actually like Michaela's answer because finding one's inner awakening, it's a hell of a thing, isn't it, Michaela? Whenever you find your inner awakening and then you realize that it's something that you had this whole time. Whenever someone says, I'm woke, it's like, you've always been awake. But we all have these million masks because these million masks cater to a lifestyle and a preservation to which we love. As I am a Christian, God sent me to love you no matter what, so I love anyone. Good! That right there, Jackson, is very good. So if I said I hated Trump, would you still love me? And if I said I love Trump, would you still love me? And if I said I voted for Bigfoot or the flying spaghetti monster, would you still love me? If I said I hated you, would you still love me? I think it's a very interesting dynamic that we throw at ourselves, especially whenever it comes to religion, is like, do you think God would be proud of you? And if you can answer yes, then continue what you're doing. But if at any point, to whomever you believe, if you cannot answer, I feel that this higher power would be proud of me, then maybe what you're up to is wrong. And maybe you need to correct your corrections. Have corrections. God's not proud of everybody. I disagree with you. I think God would be very disappointed if God came down and seen how we treated elders and how we treated our family, and I feel that God would be very disappointed. Now, this is just my opinion, by the way, but God would be very disappointed if he realized that you had these mega churches that could be making magnificent changes in our society, and yet we gobble up money like hungry heathens, and we hoard it in a small collective group of clergy hiremen, and buy flat screen TVs and boost about our own slothness. It's funny. I love these conversations. I haven't been able to hate someone for it. There's only one person I can think of that I hate, that I'm starting to hate. There's one person in my life that it's a woman. She knows what she's done and what she does and what she's doing and what she continues to do, and yet doesn't have any remorse or signs that she's going to stop, which is very disappointing and is very aggravating. And I wouldn't say that I hate her, but I would say that I wish her well. And that's actually how you deal with anger. You wish them well. Change the perspective and have some compassion and some tolerance for those to which you cannot control, because you can only control yourself. Which is wild, because we never want to have that conversation as well. It's the only person in your life that you can ever control is you, not me. Earlier, I was talking about different manipulation and different tactics, which we're about to end Terrific Tuesday. But what I was getting at is there's a thing called the fate model. And the fate model goes over focus, authority, tribe, and emotion. So focus would be the attention. Focus is hijacked every day by the news media and by different people around you, by repetition and shocking visuals. For example, like constant media showing you negative articles. Authority, messages that are endorsed by trusted figures who might speak outside their expertise. There is no reason Bob, which is an expert in English, should ever be speaking on science. It's not his forte, right? But you watch like the news media and you see these proverbial Bobs that are talking about science, and you're like, stay in your lane, dude. But they're a trusted authority to which you are going to believe what they say, most likely. Tribe. Polarizing language creates in-groups and out-groups. Are you is or is you ain't? People like Trump, people hate Trump. That's a polarizing factor. When you have polarizing factors, you need to take note and be very cautious, for the simple fact that you have to ask yourself, are they trying to create this polarization versus us versus them? And if you feel like there's an us versus them, that's the devil at his finest. And then emotion. Strong emotions appeals to suppress critical thinking. If you are feeling, you cannot think. Do not ever try to make a rational decision based on your feelings, because your feelings will always stray you wrong. Like people saying Sean Combs escaped prison. That's like saying Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Is there anything you can do about yourself? When you have your moment of clarity and you realize that you are in control of your life, everything becomes so much better, so much tolerable, and you feel like you can breathe. And that's actually what I wish for you. I hope that you can find your breath. All right. Ah, it's 8:59, which is funny because that means that's Terrific Tuesday is over. It's a wrap. It's holy moly, holy Terrific Tuesday. So what am I going to say about that? Well, I hope that you had a great weekend. I hope that your Monday didn't suck. And now it's Terrific Tuesday. So all I gotta say is what, 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 it's home, hey, I hope you had a great, wonderful weekend. I hope that your Monday didn't suck. William said, I hope that you had a great weekend. William said, I hope that your Monday didn't suck. Now it's Terrific Tuesday. All I gotta say is what? And thank you for being you. You are wonderful. I mean it. See you next week. Bye. Wow.